Hello and welcome to the show. I am back on Wreckfest today, playing around a bit more with the online bangers mod, as well there just wasn't enough time to get through everything in the last video. More stuff to play around with. There's a stack of stuff added, so yeah, we're going to try out a couple of, well, a new circuit. We didn't go to Ringwood before. We'll try Derby perhaps, because yeah, we didn't do a proper demolition derby as such. Now I have gone and prepared a few vehicles that I want to play around with today. This was the car that I was talking about in the last video that was massively offensively blue. It's a Hearse, because of course that is the vehicle that I want to go and do a derby race with. Now I've upgraded these cars slightly. The AI seems like it's a massively cheating bugger a lot of the time. So I've kind of upgraded the car. We are going to race hopefully against only C-class cars, and I believe if I'm driving one of the banger cars, it tends to only spawn banger cars in the race. If it spawns normal cars, they will get murdered very, very quickly. I've also put the difficulty down to normal rather than hard, because yeah, the AI is a cheaty bugger. When it comes to these, I am, by the looks of it, I'm hoping I'm at the front. There are two offensively blue cars, and I'm hoping I am the lead one. We are, which is helpful. Just because I start here, though, doesn't mean things cannot go horrendously wrong. Actually, not a terrible start for us. Oh, go on, do the bond flip, do the bond flip. Oh, it didn't work. I have a new mission. I don't care about winning. Oh, we're not going to win. Get out of the way! I want to make a car do the bond flip, and if it's a limo, even better. Well, that's we've got a car to do a flip. I'm not really sure it was quite what we were going for, but there we go. I have also been playing a little about with these cars and been trying a sort of new driving technique, shall we say. It's essentially Scandinavian flick it into every single corner. Oh, go on, bond flip. Bond flip for you! Yes, we have been successful. It is only lap 2. Everything is good. It is a proper FailRace video now. Yeah, Scandinavian flick these cars into the corners does actually kind of work. While in terms of actual lap speed, I would take these corners differently. What it does is it protects you. It's more difficult to do when you're trying to overtake a car because you don't have space, especially when you're in a very long Hearse. But yeah, in terms of lap speed, I would do it differently. However, by running into the corner very, very fast, it means if there's a vehicle behind you, they can't spin you, which is quite helpful. It's very helpful indeed, because yeah, I tend to be slower into a corner, focus on getting a good exit, but the AIs with these tend to be fast into a corner, and if I'm being slow, I'll get murdered, basically. So this is a counter to the AI murderings. Oh, that looks like the leader's been involved in a crash. Can we sneak past? I don't want to bond flip my car, though. There we go. We are up into the lead with a bright blue Hearse. We're going to go very sudden. It's weird me driving a car like this. It's probably weird for you watching me drive a car like this. I don't tend to. However, it works. It keeps the AIs at bay and it stops me getting spun around. So I will take it. And lap time wise tends to work out relatively decent. I can't believe we're gone through all of this mess. We are to the lead. We are going to throw the car into the first corner here. I want to make another car do a bond flip, but there is an inherent risk. If I'm in the right place, I don't care if I'm leading the race, I will still try and make an AI do a bond flip. If I can get my car into the right position to force them into the into the barrier. No, I'm going to be the one stuck sneaking through on the inside. There's a limo pointing backwards. Something's very broken. I love the damage on these cars. It's really really well done, the way that these vehicles deform and bend and so on. Oh, can we bond flip? Oh no, I've ballsed up my approach into there. I was going to say, can we bond flip the other offensive blue car? But we are not going to be close enough. Maybe on the final lap, if things go well, chuck it into this final turn. We're only going to get 2 more chances. Actually, you're going to get 1 more chance now, actually, because we're too far back. We're already into the first corner. We are quick, but it's not going to be enough unless the AIs manage to force each other to flip, which will be quite impressive. Sneak up the inside. Yes, we'll go. We'll go for a lap ahead. Sorry, it wasn't another lap. Hey, it was successful. Relatively calm race, that one. I've seen it get much like all of these. Things can go very, very busy at any point during a race. Sometimes you get races that are relatively calm. Other times you get races that are permanent mayhem. It just all depends on what happens, what sets stuff off. Let's go to the Wimbledon oval, I guess. Ooh, shall we go for a Pontiac? I wasn't planning on using the GTO. However, now I quite fancy driving it. Yeah, we know what we'll go for. Is a Class B car? We'll go for, let's go try survive 10 laps. These cars are very, very strong. The way that they are coded, the way that this mod works is designed to allow the cars to take a real battering. So you can do longer races and so on and so forth. Makes sense in the context of the mod. It does mean that the likes of cars DNFing out of a 10-lap race is pretty slim, but not impossible. If your car gets caught in the wrong way, especially if it gets sort of stuck towards the front of the field and everybody plows into it, you can lose. Even in these that are very, very strong cars, you can lose a lot of life very, very quickly. Oh dear. Oh, it's not a good day for the Volvo. We have come out of that really, really well. Oh, I haven't driven the Pontiac. We need to give it a little bit more welly on the way. It is weird where I'm getting a Hearse sliding around better than I'm getting the Pontiac to. No, the Pontiac does not want... I've got to really throw it around if I'm going to want it to get it to do what I want it to. There's a car upside down across the infield. Oh, and there's no space to try any silly shenanigans. There's a car on its roof in the outside. Oh, this race... Oh, no. Get away. I think that's a Rover. I think it's an old Rover. Get off the front of me car. There we go. We're back on circuit. The game didn't want me taking too much of a shortcut, but I think it let me get away with that. Okay, it's weird. The Hearse was much easier to throw around. I was testing with one of the Mercedes estate cars, and kind of got the hang of throwing it around. For some reason, this Pontiac just doesn't want to go. You get out of the way, please. Just, excuse me, I'm testing things. I'm testing things here. Yeah, that's really weird. That's really weird, but there we go. Right, so real... Scandinavian flick, put your foot down. There we go, that's kind of working. It's kind of working. Oh, there's a big crash for second place. That'll promote me. I don't know which one of the cars up ahead is the leader. Really got to get the weight transfer going in this car. Otherwise, it's just not going to go. Really got to get that weight moving around. Come on. We're going to get some assistance. We're going to get a lot of assistance. Bad. That's a big tyre. Thankfully, there's not too many cars around. There we go. That's a bit more like it, you old boat. Hey! I wonder what car the leader is driving in all of this. It's been a really jumbled up race, this one. Fair amount of mayhem is going on. Thankfully, not too much involving me, although it is about to, because we don't really have any choice, other than to kind of punch and hope. Punch and hope worked. Punch and hope did work. Oh, we're leading! The leader was involved in all of that. How have we ended up? This is unusual for me. Normally I have one, again, from my brief bit of practice, I normally have one good race quickly followed by 3 very bad races. This is going remarkably smoothly. Oh, bugger, that's silly. Why did I say anything? Got to learn to keep my mouth shut. Second place is right behind us. We're got a couple... I'm really not doing a good job at throwing this one around. Thankfully, second place got caught behind. Yes! Make a mess. Oh, okay. I as much as it pains me to say, Hearse was in some regards a much nicer car to drive than this Pontiac. And I am sorry, I love the GTO, but it is the truth. It is the truth. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, no, it's not going to go. Thank you, pink car. That actually helped me. You sort of gave it a bit of steering with the rear of the car. That thing's so damaged it won't stay on all of its wheels very easily. Hey, 2 victories out of 2. What the hell is going on? I got very lucky. I got very lucky that the leader got snared up in traffic and I managed to punch through like a big mayhem on the first lap. And I was just through, sneaking past on the inside, and everything was good. Right, let's go have a look at a demo derby. Again, I might as well use these new circuits. We'll go to the Wimbledon Derby area. We're going to go back to the limo. Going to have a go at trying to win a derby with the limo. Now, the limo is very, very strong. The limo is an incredibly strong vehicle, but then it is going up against other limos and other very strong cars. I also love the way that this derby begins with vehicles in all sorts of different places around here. We must murder the offensive blue cars. Although I have a tendency, because these cars have a lot of health, the offensive blue car crashed immediately. I have a tendency just to get stuck in, and that's not necessarily so good for the life of my car. Definitely not when you do that. I mean, I did hit I think it was a Jag we hit. It was big, whatever it was that we hit. However, yeah, in terms of the life of my car... Oh, bloody hell, this thing shifts in reverse. Oh, there's some Here we see the mating dance of the banger racing cars. Maybe we shall look away. We shall not focus on that. As I say that, I end up flicking the camera back to kind of half looking. Never mind, ignore me. It's fine. Everything's family friendly here. What can we do? Not going to be able to do much there. Well, you know what? We'll just go for another lap. Oh, that thing's solid. That's lost me a life. Well, not a life, a hit point. Needlessly. I do think, although I'm not 100% sure, that if you look at the little kind of HUD little health bar in the lower left-hand side, so in these initial hits you only tend to really take 1 or 2 points of damage. Nothing major early on. I think the more your car gets damaged, the more damage I am then taking when I'm hitting with that part of the car. So if I wreck the front of my car and it goes very dark red or even sort of greyed out, blacked out, then I'll start taking a huge chunk of damage from any subsequent hits that I do with it. Whereas at the moment, yeah, I can get away with just doing 1 or 2 damage to myself involved in these. I love the car. I don't know what vehicle it is that has a tendency to wibble and wobble and fall over when it gets a little bit broken. I mean, everything can get pushed over here, and I intend on joining in the fun of pushing cars over. This is a big old mess we've got going on. The back of my car is now... The back of my car is now triangular. We've got a point at the back of the limo. Shall we go for? I don't know if a big high-speed hit is a good idea, particularly, but we're going to give it a try. Oh, yeah, that was a good idea. That did a lot of damage. Whatever that car is in there, it is not a happy shape anymore. Not that many cars are a happy shape. Actually, there's one of the big white hearses is a relatively happy shape. We shall change that. We are... Okay, well, maybe not that. Oh, no, that's a tyre. Oh, I was going to go for the one on low health. Ow, that did a lot of damage to me. Don't beach it, don't beach it. Go, 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 go. Oh, I saw a car with low health thinking a cross-map wipeout would remove them from the game. Probably would have done had there not been a tyre in the way. Ooh, someone stuck on this side. Someone stuck on this side. That's just a prime invitation for a high-speed hit, that one. If it's still... Oh, he got reset. Because you've got to act quickly when you see him on the side, because the game will reset them. You can get a bump out. We're going to get clonked in all of that. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, now I've got to be a little bit careful in how much punishment I dish out. Oh, no, he DNF'd it. Oh, he wrecked himself on, on an already out car. God damn it, I spotted an easy target, an offensive blue target. We went for it. We missed. Well, I say we missed it. I guess he's out. So, you know, it's a win in some regards. We're going to go back to reversing, I think, because I'm getting quite poorly now. Getting quite poorly indeed in all of this. Is that limo... Oh, that limo is going to be stuck there. I did a lot more damage to myself in that one. That felt like that was a good... I mean, it was a good hit. Look at the door. Oh, that is a bad condition limo right now. The problem is, while I look healthier, my car is actually considerably worse. There's just a lot of clonking noises going on in that midfield, so let's not get involved. Ooh, okay. I say let's not get involved. I've also just seen the angle that my rear wheel is at. You're not quite the big offensive blue hearses, but you'll do. And you're on your roof, so it was worth it. Although that's almost killed me at that. It has then subsequently killed me. It was worth it. It was worth it. I think, well, I didn't actually get a single elimination. I did do a fair amount of damage. Not the most, but pretty damn good, considering there are cars still going that have done 60 points worth of damage. Cowards. Cowards, I say. Oh, God, look at the angle of my back wheels. Okay, that's probably why we're out, I'll be honest. That's not a healthy angle for the wheels. I mean, the cars in Driven to Destruction series sometimes had wheels verging on that bad and just about drove, but still, yeah, I can see why that car's out. Look at that. We've got a restyled Hearse. Well... It's an interesting derby arena. Rather than sort of the pits, there's a lot of obstacles around, and the fences can be a little bit sticky for cars to get caught on. Right, shall we finish off with a trip to Crash Alley? Of course, the only proper place where you can finish any sort of a video on, or where most videos should be finished on Wreckfest. So I went and painted the Hearse here, the Granada Hearse. Decided to go for orange and offensive blue stripe because I keep meaning to do it on a Verse community car at some point and keep forgetting, so we're going to have it on this one instead. Now this Hearse is rather special in that, if I remember correctly, at least, it kind of disintegrates. If you hit it hard enough at the back, it kind of falls apart a little bit. So, should be interesting to see what happens with this one. In fact, we have got my hearse. There's a bunch of the hearses ahead of us, and there's a bunch of limos as well. So it's all of the madness, basically. That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me indeed. If we can happen to disintegrate cars ahead of us, I'm okay with that. Oh God! Although we've got to be a little bit careful in all of this. If there's a limo if a limo spins, if a hearse spins, it's pretty bad. If a limo spins, it can easily block a lot of the circuit. Now, Crash Alley is another one of these circuits that sometimes you get utterly carnage races. Sometimes you get completely and utterly mayhem, and then other times you actually get relatively sensible, relatively normal races. It really depends. Now, of course, if I can help start the carnage, I absolutely will, but I'll try not to take myself out in doing so. Sometimes the AIs will do it on their own. In general, the faster the cars, the more likely the AI are to start causing mayhem. These not particularly quick, however. Again, a limo goes into the oncoming lane like, well, they very nearly did a silly thing up ahead of me. Oh, I didn't really want to clip him. Go on, limo. You can go visit that car. Like that. I will never do it that well again in a video, so I'm glad that one was being recorded. That was a perfect, just limo go and visit traffic, me scamper away completely unaffected. Has it caused mayhem? Not quite. I mean, it's caused a little bit of trouble for somebody back there. Not really enough. Not full mayhem. Oh, that was a bit more of a flick than I had intended into that corner. It's done the job. I've actually done the job fairly decently. We've got a good amount of speed on the way out. The carnage isn't quite building up. And when the cars are as strong as these, it's when there's not wrecks of vehicles around on the straights. That's when it really kind of ramps up, is when there are car wrecks just slowing vehicles down. And because these are so strong, in a normal Crash Alley race, they don't quite get to the stage where they start falling apart. I have been relatively... Oh, God, I might not be about to say that. About to say relatively unscathed, and then I just clipped the wall, and now we've lost the rear quarter. So, yeah, the Hearse here does still disintegrate. It's very, very well... I say it's very poorly. It's still at 70% health, but I've just seen that the rear left wheel is not good. Oh, more bits have fallen off of it. Oh, I've just seen where the rear floor is. That's not an angle that you want your floor at, damn it. Just missed the beige mobile. Can we put... Oh, is that a limo behind me? It might be. He's not going to be... He's not going to be able to get alongside me. There's much traffic to push him in at the moment. Whoa, that was very, very near to ending in trouble. Come on, we can do it, even with the massive amount of wonk that we've got going on. With that rear left wheel, no, bugger. Oh, that's me in a lot of trouble. Ow, I just want to go forward, let me go. Let me go. And annoyingly, it's not even going to be a chaos-causing crash. Oh, it's a very sad limo at the back. It's a very sad hearse, sorry, at the back. Bugger. I'm trying to, cut it a little bit too fine to make up places, and when you run those few millimetres away from the wall, that's when you get in trouble. That thing looks very, very poorly. You can, oh God, that thing is so slow I can't even bully it into traffic. Well, you know what, we're 16th. Let's cause mayhem! I hope it worked. No, not really. That's disappointing. Whoop. We are going to DNF in a second. Go, 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 go! We're not going to finish. We caused a bit of mayhem. Unfortunately, it doesn't in a normal rate. In fact, everybody was a lap down apart from the lead. Okay, I think I did well in causing chaos. I'm going to take credit for it. I don't think I had anything to do with it, but I'm going to take credit for it. That went fairly downhill fairly quickly in all of that. Shall we finish off with we'll go to the gravel oval. I can't remember if we went to this one last time or not, but we shall go to the gravel oval. What do we fancy driving to finish off? Shall we go for B-class? Because we haven't done too much in terms of B-class vehicles. We've been seeing a fairly similar number of cars. So, yeah, let's go. 10 laps. See if we can See if we can survive, see if we can do better. After those 2 great victories early on, things have gone quite downhill. Things have gone... We did go to this dirt oval last time, but it's good fun. It's an interesting challenge around here. Let's get some decent go off of the line. It's quite narrow, although to be fair, all of them have been. Oh bugger! It's quite narrow on the way into these turns, so my attempts at flicking the cars around, although it should need less of a Scandinavian flick to get it going, because we are on dirt, which is no, actually, yeah, it probably worked pretty well. Pretty damn well here. Yeah, I think we can just turn in. Also, this car is going to be a bit more responsive than the ones that I have been driving. Oh, that was lovely. That was absolutely spot on. If we can... Oh, no! It was spot on, and then we got murderized. No, you can go into the wall. You murderized me, you can go into the wall yourself, and now we've made a roadblock. I mean, we lost some positions in all of that. You can go into that wall. Oh, no, you were wise to it. Well played. Unfortunately, no, now they're really starting to bully me. Ow. I need to get back into a rhythm. Quick, quick, go, go, go. Right, get into a rhythm, stay out of trouble for a little while, and then we might be okay. Oh, a little bit of a brush on the wall, that's fine. What position are we in? 10th place. I mean, it could have been worse from all of that. Oh, no, I'm not quite doing with the throttle control very well. You can go back that way. Oh, I thought he was going to roll over. He didn't quite. That's not what I needed, though, for the whole stay out of trouble bit. Oh, okay. We are sliding around a little bit more than I would like, and that's now not helping my lap speed. I can go back to my old faithful approach. However, I'm still a bit afraid of being murdered. If you are going to take the... less sliding about approach, your best bet is to really hug the inside of corners. That's the only way you're going to survive against the AI running in very, very deep to a lot of these turns. Because if you really hug the inside, they will never be able to get up the inside of you. They will always end up in the outside wall. However, of course, you've got to be slower on the way in to get the car to there. So if they're close enough, they will just bump the back of you. And for that, you can go around. This staying out of trouble malarkey isn't really working. We're fighting on all fronts here. Oh, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Defensive blue cars are coming back to get me. I think that's what it is. We're still 10th, and we have kind of caught up to these cars ahead a little bit. Oh, there's a kerfuffle going on in, I think that's turn 1 here. I think the start-finish line was just down that straight we went. Oh, I mean, if we brush the wall on the outside, that's okay. We can get away with that. They're having a good old fight. It's a great battle up ahead for 9th place that I want to get involved in. Every time I get close, I make a silly mistake, and then we lose those half a second that we have been gaining. I can hear cars whizzing around behind us as well. We're going to run out of laps. Oh, no, little yellow car. No, oh, he's going to get me. Oh, typical, just as the red, blue, and white one. Well, you know what? I'm going to cheat a little bit. It's quite cheating, that one, running along the wall. But I think there is some speed to be gained if you want to be a real cheeky bugger. You might break your car in doing it, but I'm not going to it. It feels like a cheap tactic. Oh, things have got very, very messy on the final lap. No, I made a poor decision. Push. Ah, I made a very poor decision. It was a black and orange car that rolled. We only actually lost 1 place in all of that. Damn, I was hoping that crash was going to end up on the inside, like move to the inside, and I could squeak around on the out and get a position, because the car that I was following ended up 5th. Damn. Well, there we go. That was a look at a little bit more of this mod. As I said last time, there's a huge number of cars here. There's a huge number of cars to play around with, and yeah, these kind of banger racing ovals are good fun. They're a very different sort of challenge to race around. The AIs in these cars are brutally fast, but have a little play around with your car selection and difficulties and so on. Find one that, I mean, hell, I might just be terrible with them, but find a setting where you can get some good close racing, and yeah, you can have a lot of fun. A lot of fun with these. That was still a brilliant overtake. That's probably my favourite overtake of the day. And then we immediately get murdered by another Jag, I think. That was an amazing overtake by me there. Yeah, massively recommend this mod, even if I'm probably not the best at it. Still have fun. That's the important bit. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.